won't touch again. In a sick way, I wanna thank you for holding my head up late at night. While I was busy waging war, myself you were certain sure to fight. Things like suicidal hate. You made me compliment myself, but it was way too hard to take. So I drive so fucking far away that I'll never cross your mind. Take me today. Take me tomorrow. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. Please are doing well on this 27th November 2024. It is cold AF. We're freezing the balls, literal balls with an S, because who has one? And if you do have one, it's possibly freezing right now, right? 1, 2, 3, it's freezing. Today we're talking about a specific subject. Okay, they're doing well, by the way. As you can tell, this is a weird opening, just because it is really early. I woke up about an hour ago. We're getting ready to go to work. We're starting work in about 2 hours. So we're gonna be doing the most with what we have. And this video is about singing. So lately, in videos you heard me sing a lot, right? And listen, most of it is joking. Most of it is completely joking. The reason you've been hearing me sing a lot isn't because I think I'm fucking talented. It isn't because I think I'm the next Elvis Presley without the overdose. Horrible jokes. Ink gonna burn in hell. Oh well. If you look at the cold weather today, it might be better. The real reason for that is all my life I was told, yo, you're not good looking, right? And it's a not necessarily a trauma, but it's a preconceived notion that affected me. It created self-confidence. And I always been really interested by music, right? And I was always told you cannot sing. You can't sing, which is possibly true, right? Possibly very true. But this is something that affected my self-confidence. And I'm not saying I'm gonna be a singer. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna release a mixtape. But if I was, I would have feature like myself, my mom, my dad, yeah, if they want to open an invitation, you know. But yeah, so it's more so the reason I'm singing because I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. Life is going well right now. I want to work on that self-confidence because again, the complete goal of the channel is a simple guy, right? A simple guy that's going through life, evolving and trying to be a good person, trying to be a good influence on you guys. With or without the noise of the truck. You'll have to forgive me. I don't decide. It's a garbage truck. A nervous bleeding in my brain. And all I want's a piece of you. Will you never call again? And I want to work on that. And if see, there's this possibly not a great example, but fuck it. There's this ex celebrity, right? And you see celebrity that sings a lot, right? Possibly not the best example, but James Charles. James Charles was singing in a lot of his video, and then a lot of people, myself included, made fun of him for singing. But if that's what you want to do. Plus, guess what? It's not a serious video. None of my videos are super serious. None of my videos are going to be here to change the world. Now, are most of my video going to be important to someone someday? Possibly. See, that's the thing with videos. The video I do. The cool thing about it is there's so many of them. The video that I do, the cool thing about it is whatever you're going through, this possibly the video that I made, I'm talking about that, right? In a horrible way, in a horrible ADHD, non-focused type of way. Taking every single turn except the right one. But ultimately speaking, if I do one video out of 26,000, right now, I think we're at 27, I'm gonna be honest. If I do one video out of 27,000 videos that I help you, I'm very happy. But what if, only what if, every single video had the same goal and it's improving, then the video in itself, the subject wouldn't be important, but it's the fact that, okay, well, this guy is making effort, right? And right now, it's singing, just a little bit. Possibly later on, gonna be cooking. Later on, it's gonna be, I don't freaking know. I don't know what is the, I don't know what is the limitation, and that is exactly the subject of this video. Limitation. See, because I was told that I couldn't sing, limit myself in not singing. That I was told you're not pretty, you're not good looking. I was focused on here. and they gotta focus on here. But if as a kid I wasn't told like, oh, you're as a kid I was told you're fucking pretty, maybe here wouldn't be as developed or as worked on as it is. Which is, again, it's an amazing thing, but it's a concept of limitation, in which I don't even know if I can. I was told I can't once. I was like, okay, no problem. And ultimately speaking, and again, this is going very, very deeply into psychology, but you're told that you cannot do something, and your body, even though it's not a dramatic response or it's not a danger response, your body has a chance to fight or flight, which is something very common. In a position of life or death, or in a situation of confrontation, fight or flight. Am I going to fight against the oppressor, or I'm going to run away, right? And although there's no oppressor, the same theme are observed here, or observed in the sense of, okay, I'm being faced with adversity. Do I have to fight or do I have to flight? In all my life, I've been flying, and ultimately speaking, I know I can't sing, right? It's an example. I know tomorrow I'm not going to be able to do a marathon, right? Then again, I was watching. I feel like if I told you guys, you guys are not going to believe that this video isn't made because of it. But I was watching Casey Neistat, right? And there's a couple of things that happened. I sang in the video, and a girl that I think she's fucking beautiful called me good looking. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna push this, right? Because I don't think. See, that's the thing. I didn't change the way I look, but I was a bit more confident, and maybe that's what was attractive, you know. So I was watching this, and I was like, okay, I'll make an effort, and then I was like, oh fuck, and I listened to myself sing, and I'm like, dude, you're not good. You're not really good. Now, ultimately speaking, I think it's a question of perception. It's like beauty in the eye of the beholder. Am I really good? I don't know. What I do know is by being told that I couldn't sing, I have this mentality of I cannot sing. No matter how good I am, I have this mentality of not gonna be enough, right? I saw Casey Neistat. That did a video on the power of will, and his will was running a marathon, and he had all the preps and how it started, how the idea started, and the step that he took to get ready for it, and then he had the marathon himself. It was one of the best videos that I saw from him, which I'm a big fan of Casey Neistat's. His way of thinking, very, very. I'm not gonna call him autistic. I'm not gonna call him ADHD. I don't know if that's the case, but definitely neurodivergent. Definitely neurodivergent. So yeah. Long story short, if you see me say, that's why. It's as simple as that. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Try to become more confident. Try to challenge yourself in a zone that you don't feel confident. Try to challenge the comfort zone. I know it's hard, but there's a lot of benefit from it. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the Real Content of the Show. Guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day. This is a very intricate video that we're doing today. It's 27th November, very early. We're about to go to work. The reason why this video is intricate is because, as you guys know, I film a shit ton of content. I'm not even kidding. I hope that you guys believe me, but if you don't, it's fine. I had a GoPro, right? And I started using the GoPro in August. And you guys know how much I filmed. You guys know I almost film everything. If I could film myself taking a shower, I would. And again, copyright track, right? So I was filming with the GoPro. I was filming nature corn, which is basically me going on my skateboard. And the GoPro in itself is actually really, really nicely presented. It's actually really nice when you're filming outside. How can I say that? Look at this. By the way, this is fucking beautiful. Talking about how beautiful things are. Cannot see it. All I want from you is to never call again. Tear my heart open. I saw myself should, and my weakness is that I can't do much. And my scars remind me that the past is real. So I was filming with the nature corn, which is again me on my skateboard going from A to Z. Why filming on my skateboard? Because again, the GoPro in itself, the GoPro is an amazing quality camera. I love it. I'll be honest, I'm in love with GoPro. But the problem is, I have a Galaxy Samsung S24, which is possibly the best camera. With the zooming, with the quality of the picture, but the GoPro, there's sort of a charisma. There's sort of like a, when you're moving, I do like the way the GoPro look, and I talked about it in a video called why the GoPro. I do really enjoy the difference between. Right now, I'm not filming in the S24. The S24 is something filming in the nature. I consider myself important in my own life, but I'm not important like nature, right? Nature, which is God's God plan. And once again, a long story short, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. So I use the GoPro for that. In the GoPro, I bought a SD card of 1,000 gigs. So I don't know if it's 1,000 gig, it's 1 terabyte. It's announced, it's sold as if it is 1,000 gig. It's possibly a lot less. I don't know. But it's filled with videos, right? And why this video is why this video is convoluted, that's why this video is complex to do, is because I did this video already. I did a much larger video, but I wanted to do a small video with the same subject. And the reason why we're doing this is actually very, very simple. I started watching a content creator called Casey Neistat. This video is a shout out to Casey Neistat. When I did that video, that first video about Casey Neistat, I was watching him for maybe a week, and I did a shout out because I really like the content. I really like the content creator. And now we're possibly 4 or 5 months in, and again, you see, there's a method to madness, which is something that he would do, something that Casey would do. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit, that way you get to see the sunrise. It's not gonna be perfect, but if I can get it a little bit, better than nothing. But wait, it's dangerous because I don't want to drop the phone. I think that's the perfect way to do it. See, Casey, there's something he would do. He is very good when it comes to, and again, I made a video about this not too long ago, but I'm neurodivergent. I've got ADHD. I got ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And I was watching another content creator, and that's the true story. I did this video like last week. And in the video, I was watching somebody else saying, "Hey, I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling like this because I got ADHD." And it's one of the first content creator that is as open as I'm seeing as open as could be with his neurodivergence. And I got the ADHD too. So after he admitted that he had the ADHD, I saw a lot of similarities in our content. Casey Neistat, I don't know if he has autism or ADHD. And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I love Casey. But he's neurodivergent. The way he thinks is very, very different. The way he always tries to picture things. The way the quality of his videos. The fact that he's using a certain camera versus another camera. The fact that he's going to actually build something. See, that's what I love about Casey. I relate to a lot with Casey. I relate to a lot in the way of the dude. And again, I'm trying to be as respectful as possible because I really, really like this content creator. Possibly one of my favorite, not my favorite, one of my top 5 minimum. Casey will build something. Will build something for a whole entire videos. And of course, there's this behind there's this voiceover, right? And you realize that he's building this thing, right? And this thing will take 20 minutes of the video. And ultimately speaking, the video lasts 25 minutes. So he spends more time intro than the actual answer, which is something I have a profound respect for. Is the storytelling behind it, is the way of presenting. See, in my mind, Casey as the perfect recipe. It's a storyteller, but not necessarily a storyteller. It's a storyteller that is able to say, you know what? It's a storyteller that is able to say, this is how I want to present this video. I'm so sorry. We're trying to find a way to do it. It is harder than I thought. Fuck you. I have a piece of wood I could use, but well, as a matter of fact, let's do this Neistat it. This Casey Neistat it. Fuck it. So fun thing, I didn't do it. Somebody else at my workplace did it for me. When he was making content, he was like, "Yo," I was making content, and he was like, "Hey, I think this could help." See? Pretty cool, huh? So, thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Fidel. Really cool dude. And there you go. It's gonna be much better. And yeah, so, see, it's... Casey, the reason why I want to do this video, the reason why I do a shout out is because I see Casey Neistat as a role model. But I also see him as something I can not necessarily copy, but a model, right? A model in which I can be my own self and still By being different, you think you're not going to be good enough. When you fail, when you're different, you think about, maybe I should be like other people more, right? And ultimately speaking, I don't know if that's the right way to see things. Ultimately speaking, I don't know if that's the right mentality to have. What I do know is the more content creators we have that are different, the better it is. Because ultimately, social media is a question of diversity. But if you look at your top content creator, they're all the same. And I just think that kind of sucks. But anyway, long enough video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. I had to block out thoughts to you, so I don't lose my head. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to another video, welcome to the show on the Inventa Gaming channel. We're checking out the tower update of the 25th November 2024. Now, sadly, I don't have a specific number. I know it's version 25. They didn't release a patch note, which is, ultimately speaking, them explaining exactly what it says. So I know there was an update, and I'm going to tell you what I found out, right? This is a day after, so super simple. But the first thing I noticed was that they changed the wall. What I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to show you in this. There you go. We have 3 playthroughs. So we have one here, right? We're also filming the sun. We have one here, and we're playing on this one. So you can see that the wall, it changed, which is a nice overhaul. I'm gonna be honest and saying I prefer the way the wall used to look before, but I do think that it adds something. I'm a huge fan of Attack on Titan, so I think it adds something. The nicest thing that they add was a very nice graphic overhaul. Now trust me, the tower is a beautiful game. Like the biggest thing that they did was this. It's gonna be idle. I had to block out thoughts to you, so I don't lose my head. It doesn't work really well with the tablet. It works well with the phone, not the tablets. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. That's okay. So yes, there was an overall of color. You can see much brighter color for the different enemies. If you want to look at it carefully, you can check out the video for the shield. The shield is a playthrough that I do that is focused on the defense ability of a tower. So the range is not a lot, and you see the details a lot better. They did a complete overall of the enemy. They look a lot better. The recovery balls are green, which makes them pop up on the screen, and it actually looks like a better game. Now, did it need a graphic overall? No, but it's a game that I play multiple hours a day, so the fact that I have something to look at that is prettier is also nice. Now, we have our last thing that I noticed, and is a new lab. So the new labs are super simple. They're for modules. So, in perk and the perk. So this is basically knowledge if you play the tower from before. If you don't know, it's okay. I'll get you to it. So if you look at the perk, which is basically this, right? There's a lab that says ban perk. So there's perk that will not appear, and you won't have to choose in between. So when you have 4 choices, the less choices that are not yours to make, or not yours to want to make, the less choices you have, the more percentage chance you have gonna have a good one. So they did this with the perks. Now they did this with the module. Now I think it's a very smart thing. However, I feel a bit bad for the people that have been playing, because with the tower, I've been playing for at least 6 months with the module. So the module, you get different choices, and what you're doing is, like, you can ban some. So for example, I do not want attack speed. I can ban attack speed. I can replace it with multi-shots, right? I think that multi-shot and attack speed are the 2 best. So I would actually go with critical chance, which is crazy, but I don't care. I would actually go with critical chance. That being said, you see, look at this. Idle. Great overall. Great overall. What I meant is, I think it's a bit shitty. Not necessarily shitty, but it's a bit it's a bit sad for the people that have been playing for a while, that have spent rerolls into getting the perfect amount, and then by doing this, it makes it a bit easier. However, I shouldn't be complaining, because there's a lot of new players. There's a lot of new player. I'm seeing more and more people creating content on the tower on YouTube, which again, shout out. But at first it was just like it was me, Crowbar, it was Green Zero, and that's pretty much it. Now there's a lot of people that are doing it, which is awesome because it's getting the game out there. Um, I think for the new people it's better. I shouldn't complain because we have 3 playthrough, and the first playthrough. Oops, I died. I died. I spawned. I died. I spawned. I died. Great news. And the crown playthrough were two. So we're about 7 hours. 7 hours from unlocking. Okay, more 10 hours from unlocking the what should I call it? the armor end, which is really good because we didn't unlock it yet. 500B, which is super expensive. Yeah, so I think it's a bit like for the tower crown, it's a bit boring, but I got 2 playthroughs that are needing better modules. So what is my plan? Which is possibly not the best thing to do, but the way I do it is I'm gonna upgrade all my cards. I'm gonna get all the slots for the cards, and I'm gonna get the module because I'm gonna get the card first. That way, this is done. We're gonna see the mastery of cards, but the mastery of card is once again at tier 16. I've been playing this game for a year plus a year, and I'm at rank 12. I'm at rank 10. I'm at rank 14 when it comes to beginning. I'm at rank 10 when it comes to the 4,500, which is the nice one milestone, and that is pretty much it. So yeah, it's a really good update. We'll see how it goes. I also want to shout out the tree, the company that makes the game, because they took a old event. I should know by that. I should know now. Ah, fuck. Sorry, Fuds. They took a old event, which is Cherry Blossom, which I think is fantastic. And the Cherry Blossom, what is really cool about it is the first time we had the event was on this playthrough. I have the original event. I have it on YouTube too. But what is really cool is they had it not only 2 relics, but they had it 4 relics. So 4 relics. Which one is Tea Party and Kimono, which would have been the element from the very first event, and then they had it the 2 others, and it's kind of cool because the effects are similar, but it's still nice. It's still nice to get 4 relics on something, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Enjoy the tower. It's a really good game, and honestly, cool update. It's nuts because it is a cool update, but after the 25th. The 25th was such a big update, like the Legacy Champion, crazy. The fact that we have a skill tree after that, the card mastery is huge. So we'll see. I personally believe that we're gonna get a update before Christmas, or around Christmas. I do believe that, and if we do, awesome. If we don't, that's okay too. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Choo 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 choo. Chururu chururu chururu. Dumbling, Kitty Boing, welcome to the show. As you know, upstairs are having a wonderful day on this 27th November. They were doing a movie review, but I want to show you the sunrise because it is fucking phenomenal. Don't worry, if you don't see it here, you're gonna see it on the camera because we do film it. So today we're reviewing a movie, and the movie is Brother. So the Brother is between Tobey Maguire and Natalie Portman, and I wish I knew the kid's name, but I don't. Jake Gyllenhaal. So it's actually a really sad story. It's a really sad story of how can I even put this? I'm gonna do like a little recap. Not spoiling the ending, but still. So it's this true story of 2 brothers, right? Which is Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire is the golden child. He's in the army. Its parents are very proud. We don't hear much about the mom, but the father, we hear a lot about him, and that's not a positive things. And we have Jake Gyllenhaal, which is the younger brother who ends up in jail. So it's kind of nice because we have a preconceived notion that okay, well, this guy went to the army, right? That's a W. Or this guy went to jail, and this is the L, right? To speak like the new generation of people. And we have Natalie Portman, who is the girlfriend of Tobey Maguire, the golden child. So we have the fuck ups, which is Jake Gyllenhaal character, get out of jail, right? And we heard that his brother dies, and he wants to help Natalie Portman because he sees that she's suffering. And then by helping her, they start falling in love, right? What's said before that is we believe that Tobey Maguire is dead. So that has to do a lot with the story. Because it's a story of 2 brothers, and the story in itself, was the movie good? It was okay. It wasn't great, but the concept behind it is actually pretty good. So we think that the husband is dead, and the two that are suffering the most get together. Now, technically speaking, I'm not. It's tough because, am I saying that you should cheat? No. Am I saying that I kind of understand it? Yes. Am I going to say that I saw that before? Absolutely. It's very common, very very common for people that are suffering the same. They lost, for example, right? You got a chick. They lost somebody that was close to them. It's very common for them to get together because they're sharing that pain. They're sharing that mourning. Mourning is the right word. Actually, quite normal. Plus, the character of Jake is actually a really good character. I really like the character of Jake. The Jake character is the character that's a fuck up, but when you see that they need him, he's there for them. When you see that the kids need them, he's acting like a father figure, which is really cool. So he ends up cheating, and then Tobey Maguire come back, and you're like, okay, well, why did you cheat? And it sucks because the very last like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, Tobey Maguire come back, and it's like, okay, well, we got attached to the character of the brother and the girlfriend together, and you're like, oh, dude, what's gonna happen now? See, and the movie in itself, it's not so much about. See, a lot of people are gonna say, okay, well, this guy sacrificed his life. He sacrificed his life for his country, and he got betrayed. What? It's the suffering, but yes, the suffering is actually really good. The pain that you feel, you really believe in it. The pain, you really believe in. He went through all of that, thinking that he had a chance. He had a wife home. He had a family home. And no, he didn't have it when he came back, but the movie in itself is absolutely more complex than that. It's not just about, oh well, he came back and then they kind of moved on. The movie in itself is about two brothers that were always compared. You can see at the first one of the first scene, they're constantly compared. Like, oh, you tell the guy who went to jail, why aren't you like your brother? Your brother's a fighter. Why didn't you do that? And then Toby is like, he's understanding about Jake Gyllenhaal pressure, but the father put a lot of pressure on him, and it's just because they put, like, if you had a brother or a sister possibly within that position, the parents are gonna be like, oh, this is my most successful child, right? They love every single child, but this is my most successful child, and we often see their perception of the child that is neglected or said, hey, you're not as good as your brother, but we don't see or we don't realize how much the other character is like, hey, don't talk to him like that, right? I didn't succeed for him. I didn't succeed for you to put it in his face, kind of things. What's actually really sad is that I think Kobe suffered from that too. And then the father actually puts a lot of pressure. So there's this almost animosity between the two brothers because again they're constantly compared. Jake wished that he wasn't compared to his brother, and to me, isn't really a victim, so he doesn't have much to say. You feel bad for Jake, but he understands where his father coming from. And I think his father is a lot for this. So you see, the story, which is bad, the reason why it's bad is, you could, if you were to Tobey Maguire character, you could believe that your brother was always jealous of you, right? And to the degree you'd be right. You'd be right into thinking that, okay, well, Jake is jealous. Because again, he was constantly compared. It was always the lesser child, right? But then you realize that if Tobey Maguire thinks that it's jealousy, he could have think that, okay, Jake went after his girlfriend, after his wife, just because he was jealous. But then you realize that, no, there's a lot of story. There's another story. Everybody was broken up by him being dead. And what I actually really like is Natalie Portman's character. So the Natalie Portman character is, I don't know, I look at Natalie Portman. Her character is kind of, not necessarily boring, but it's a bit lacking. So why I'm saying that it's a bit lacking is you literally have this character that says, I'm in pain, and I'm not trying to forget him, right? But then she gives up on the pain, and you're like, okay, well, she kind of fucked up, right? She did fuck up. Although, did she fuck up? She thought he was dead? I don't know. But then you realize that trauma between the two brothers was caused, and that's my perception. I don't think the only problem was the father. I think there was a lot, See, for example, Jake, when he get out of prison, right? His brother tells him, yo, don't rob the place. And it's a joke, but at the same time, it's like, is that how you think about me? Everybody thinks that Jake is a fuck up. Now, ultimately speaking, we're seeing that a lot. When the brother dies, Jake character starts getting drunk way more often. And then often he has problem with the police, has problem with the bar owner. he's like, okay, well, fuck, he's a fuck up, right? But so you see, it's complicated because it's the character of Jake a fuck up because we expect him to be a fuck up. If I tell you, right? If I tell you, oh, you're a fuck up, you're a fuck up, you're a fuck up, you're a fuck up, you start believing in it and yourself being a fuck up. Because you start believing in yourself and being a fuck up, you have the placebo effect. Placebo effect once again being, okay, well, I'm sick. I don't know if I'm sick, but I feel sick, so I must be sick. No, it's all up in here, right? So because Jake started to feel like a fuck up, he acts like a fuck up, right? Because he acts like a fuck up, it gets closer to the white. And I think Jake is a good character because when he fucks up, his sister-in-law is there to pick up the pieces. And then he realized that no, she's suffering as much as I do. The reality is she's taking care of the kids, you know. But it sucks. It sucks because the whole time you can tell I like the character of Jake a bit more. I don't believe the character of Toby is wrong to say. The character of Toby is clearly affected mentally speaking. There's a scene where he's in his bed and he doesn't want to get up, and his kids are telling him, "Yo, get up, get up, get up, get up," and he doesn't want to get up, and you can tell that he's affected. Maybe he's tired, maybe he's depressed. I don't want to throw in the PTSD card because I think the PTSD card, although I'm Canadian, so it's different, right? All respect to veteran, all respect to them. All respect to ex-fighter, to fighter, to soldier, to Navy, to the Marines currently. But I do think that the card of the PTSD is thrown around very, very carelessly. And I think it's a bad thing because I believe that if a person has PTSD, the fact that so many people are able to being called, yo, you got PTSD, you're good, right? I think that people are truly suffering from that. It's a bit too easy. See, I was born in the 90s. I can actually talk about this. I was born in the 90s where ADHD wasn't something that was very common. And then they started prescribing. And nowadays you see ADHD. It's not normal, the growth rate, right? So, me being a child, I needed that medication. I needed that special care, you know? When I see other people that are having this, I'm not so much necessarily saying, yo, you don't have ADHD, don't fake it. But I'm more so like, there's so many people that have ADHD that when we heard about that, we're like, oh, another one. You know, there's this common knowledge, there's this common misconception or conception, I guess. Yeah, so I don't want to throw away the word PTSD freely, but there's a possibility, you know. And again, it's you. The movie is, I wouldn't say it's misleading, right? But it's kind of misleading. So you see the character of Tobey Maguire suffering a lot, being tortured, being almost in a position of a hostage, right, for a long period of time. That could affect him. But we all have a way to deal with the situation. I know it's horrible, but that doesn't mean he has PTSD automatically, right? And I think we're wrong for saying that. I think we're wrong for assuming that he has. Now, if you were saying in the movie, like, oh, you have may suffer from PTSD, I would have believed it, but he didn't, right? That's pretty much it. Anyway, I love you. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to Welcome to the show. Welcome to a beautiful sunrise. If you can see it, if you can't, don't worry, we're filming it. No worries, no worries. Let me make sure that I'm filming it though. I am. Hope you guys are doing well once again. Today we're tasting a special product. We're tasting Colt, which is strawberry. I did a video of why I like Colt a lot. So because I already explained it in a long period of time, I took the long route. The long story short, I did the long story, so let's do the short story now. Colt is just one of those brands that I knew was around, I didn't taste it. And I was satisfied with something that I love, which is normal, but you have to explore a bit in life, and I didn't explore. So we're going to be tasting Colt. The cool thing is we got strawberry, we got fries, we also got Ishigo. And I don't know if it's Ishigo or Kurosaki, but literally means strawberry in Japanese. I actually didn't know that. Now, for my father, special message from my father, who told me manga aren't real life. Guess what, Dad? Ishigo Kurosaki. So yes, without further ado, let's taste it. I'm not a big fan of strawberry, But again, all in the grand scheme of thing of tasting new things, all in the grand scheme of thing of branding or rising to new flavor. And the funny thing is, we did a lemonade, and it was carbohydrates. This one is carbohydrate, I can tell. Can we make a mess? The smell that's coming out of it, very strawberry-like. And I know it sounds dumb, but it's very strawberry-like. Yeah, it's really it's more akin to candied strawberry than real strawberry. But again, I don't go smelling strawberries every single day. Although apparently I could have done that to be prepared for this review, but I didn't. Without further ado. Okay, cool. Ooh, kind of cold, huh? I think I'm joking. I think I'm full of shit. So it's a yes and a no. The yes, the taste is actually really good. It's very candy strawberry. It's very It's funny because it is soda. It is soda. I think it's kind of akin to cream soda. Actually, there's a large taste of cream soda. I would say cream soda with a hint of a strawberry syrup. That's a yes. I think it's very good. I think it's supposed to taste like strawberry. It does taste like strawberry. It's supposed to be it's not a liquor, but a soft drink. Liquor's in French. A soft drink. It is a soft drink. I think the little bit of an issue that I have here is, if I tasted that a year ago, it would have been amazing. But now I tasted a lot of the energy drinks, which have a strawberry flavor, and we're able to recreate that little special texture, that little special, like, almost tingling of strawberries. Tingling is a good word, actually. That little bitterness, right? And there's none of that here. Now, ultimately, does it taste like strawberry? Yes. If you blindfold me, my apologies. Would I be able to tell it's strawberry? Absolutely. But it's not a complete strawberry experience. So it is a strawberry soft drink, but it's not a complete strawberry experience. That's why it's gonna be a maybe for me. I mean, ultimately speaking, if I'm being completely honest, this is the best strawberry soft drink that I ever drank. It's one of the only one. I think I tasted Faygo also. This one's way better. It's one of the only one I tasted, but it's still there. So yeah, so solid experience. Could have been better, could have been worse. And sometimes that's life, right? Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Domlink, it's your boy. Forgot to do a thumbnail. Oop, forgot to do something else. No, we didn't. I thought I forgot to charge my battery pack because I'm gonna be filming the nature corner, which is beautiful. In case you didn't know, sunrise. We're gonna go to work soon, so not soon. About an hour and a half. Not bad. Today we're tasting another product from Greece. I know what you're saying. Oh, Ink, you've been tasting so many products from Greece that it's annoying. Stop saying it's from Greece when all you do is eat Greece candied. When I say grease, because of my accent, possibly means the grease of the animals, the fat. No, the country Greece, the beautiful country, possibly. Hazelnuts, golden brick treats. So, what is really cool is we had four now. We have almond, we had strawberry, we had no, not this strawberry, literal strawberry. We had double chocolate. And now we have a fourth, which is hazelnut. Hazelnut is supposed to be the original. I have tasted these in Canada. I know it's hard to say. There's candy in Canada. Crazy. Not maple syrup candy. It's crazy. I tasted these in Canada, the hazelnut flavor, which is the normal one. So it's kind of nice that we're tasting something a bit different. Same, bit different, but still the same. You know. I wonder what happened. I don't know why we're not hearing about Interview anymore. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. James Franco, horrible people, but still. And Seth Rogen. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting cinnamon. Kind of getting cinnamon for reals. For realsies. Can be classic. Can be classic. So freaking good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, what's up, yeah? Taxi here. GTL, Jeddah Laundry. The reason why they're so good, I'm sorry to say, but it's a classic, first of all. My first time, second of all. But I'm comparing it to the others, and I'm sorry to say, but I didn't like the strawberry. The strawberry wasn't tasting anything. I didn't really like the almond, and I didn't like the double chocolate. So these are really good. Out of the four, this is by far the best one. Because it is by far the best one, automatically in my mind is good. The wafer, very thin, very crunchy, usually bland. There's a little bit of a flavor to it. I think the hazelnut is very more. It's a lot more. It's funny because it would be a lot more subtle, but I think there's a better harmony. The filling in itself is your classic Nutella. It is your classic Nutella. I couldn't. I don't know how to call it otherwise. Classic Nutella. Oh yeah. Very good. Not necessarily unique. This is it. This feels like something I could get in Montreal, but you know what? We tried it, and it was good. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Sorry, this time. Okay. Okay. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. Welcome to a video about Vendetta Gaming Channel, the gaming channel. We're doing a Borderlands special. So I was uploading clips from the old channel, from the main channel to the old. I don't know how to talk. I'll be honest. I was uploading the content from the old channel to the new channel, which is gaming, right? Because I wanted to have the gaming content on the gaming channel. And right now we're doing Borderlands 2, and it's funny because the title of the first stream was Borderlands 2, the game which made me like FPS. And why is that funny? Because it's a good title, but it's a good title which I never really dwell on. It was just a good title, it was just catchy. But Borderlands is truly the game that made me like FPS. Now, technically speaking, and again, this is my opinion, this is as a gamer, you can agree, you can disagree, it's okay. But I don't think I played FPS, which is not true. The FPS that I played were Army FPS, were Medal of Honor, and I didn't like it. And then I had another FPS game. Another FPS game was Peter Jackson King Kong, which I really, really liked. But it was such a weird game because you had weapon, yes, but most of all you had like lance or spear, and it doesn't feel like FPS, right? And then I went to grade 11. Grade 11 was a great year. I had a friend, and that friend, we had a lot of exam. And that exam, usually what you would do is you would stay in school to study, but then we were in last year of high school, so they're like, fuck it. And I went to his house, and we started playing this game, right? And I'm a gamer. I'm still a gamer. I've always been a gamer. So when he offered me to play a game, I was like, okay, no problem. And the game that he made me play was a pre-sequel. Now, the funny thing about Borderlands pre-sequel was, I didn't know it was pre-sequel. I had no clue it was pre-sequel. It was just a lucky thing. 12% shit. Hurry up, Inc. So then what happened was, I played the game and I was a huge fan I was a huge fan of RPG. Now the reason as to why, it's actually quite simple. At my mom, I had a PS2, I had a lot of games. At my father's, I had a Game Boy Advance. And those Game Boy Advance game, although are part of my childhood, although are really fun, although I would play today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, um, there's much better out there. There's much better with PS4, with PS5, with the Switch. However, there's one thing that aged really nicely, and that was the RPG. The RPG, we didn't care about the graphics. We cared about the experience. They're getting stronger. So the RPG really went well, and I got kind of obsessed with RPG. And the funny thing is, Borderlands had RPG elements. I was like, oh, this is a really cool game. But it was a really cool game that I wouldn't get because it was on PS3, and I didn't have a PS3. I had a PS2 and I had a PS4. And then I lost my job, and I was looking for a cheap game. We went to Best Buy, and I was looking for a cheap game. And the funny thing about the cheap game was, I bought two games. I bought Batman Arkham Asylum, and I bought Borderlands, the Anthem Collection. The reason it has to be in, it was a cheap game. It was like, I think it was like $12, $15, and it was two games, which is pre-sequel, the second one, and it was a lot of DLC. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. And the funny thing is, of course, I played Arkham Asylum first. Then I played the Borderlands, and I remember that game. I was like, dude, I remember this game. I played this game before. And to be honest, it was just a game because I was bored. It was just a game because I didn't have the money, and it was a cheap game. It wasn't a game that I researched, right? But then I started falling in love with Borderlands. See, Borderlands made me fall in love with FPS because it didn't feel like an FPS. And I know what you're gonna say. I think you're fucking crazy. It is an FPS. There's nothing more FPS than this. But to me, it doesn't feel like that because to me, it felt almost like an RPG. You had level, you had skill level, you had skill tree where you can use. Okay, I choose to be more of an health. Okay, I choose to deal more damage, you know, which you made choice, which was kind of nice. Borderlands was also really funny, and my first experience with FPS were War, which wasn't funny. So it felt different. It felt like its own world. But most of all, is every single FPS that I played before, you were in a position where you're like, okay, I have to hide. Okay, I'm one guy versus a ton of enemy. But with Borderlands, it's like, no, that's the fun part. You're just shooting in the masses. You're just shooting at everybody and everyone, and you're like, hopefully I survive and I have skills and I'm stronger and I have good weapon, I have good shields. You know, should be okay. But it's still strategy. It's still being good at the game. So Borderlands really made me fall in love with FPS because it was a transitional thing. It was really a transitional thing. It wasn't me being tired of FPS. It was me wanting to play something else of RPG. Oops, we're at 5%. I have to go.